This week on Psychological Facts. 11 reasons why you hate being in public. Do you spend most of your time alone and find that you're happier when you're not surrounded by other people? If that's the case, know that you're not alone. However, have you ever questioned your emotions? Avoiding people and gatherings can be done for a variety of reasons. May end up surprising you. Let's get the elephant out of the room. Introversion, number 1. Have you been encouraged to leave your comfort zone numerous times? Your shyness and open up to others? If so, you probably prefer quiet times alone. Rather than being a diagnosable condition, introversion is a characteristic of certain people's personalities, who tend to be more reserved. Because of their guarded demeanor, introverts are stereotyped as being bashful. Certainly not always true. You can be an introvert regardless of how much time you spend alone or with other people. While surrounded by people, extroverts gain energy, while alone, introverts become depleted, draining social interaction. They take pleasure in engaging in deep discussion with loved ones, although they have trouble interacting with big gatherings of people. For this reason, introverts should occasionally withdraw from social situations. Room to relax and get some energy back. Secondly, sensitivity to sensory processing. Those who have trouble processing sensory information have intense reactions to the world around them. It can make it tough to interact normally with other people. It's typically co-diagnosed with autism or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Being among others may be challenging if you have a high degree of sensitivity. Because it's challenging to pay attention to speech when so much else is happening around you. You have trouble focusing on tasks because bright lights and loud noises irritate you. Such when there are too many bright colors, strong odors, or the sound of someone chewing. You might feel like you need more time to think about things, and you might find that you're having trouble focusing. Distress over matters that others don't appear to share. Sensitivity in the processing of sensory information is real and not something that can be toggled off. Thirdly, intelligence above average. The odds that you aren't a machine increase significantly if your IQ is above average. Person. You are both intelligent and resourceful. As the rest of the world is preoccupied with their phones or the newest episode of that hit show series, you're probably engaged in some serious contemplation, investigation, and action. You dislike making idle chatter since it feels similar to idle chatter. You want to have meaningful conversations about complex issues in order to find solutions and build trusting relationships. You want engaging interactions with others who are as curious about the world as you are, and enthusiasm for studying and exploring. You don't enjoy being in social situations since you find the vast majority of people to be annoying. Boring. It's all so boring, their conversations, their activities. Problems with mental health, number 4. Some mental health issues can make it difficult to even consider social situations. Feeling exhausted, down, or irritable are all symptoms of depression. It can also make it tough to wake up and go about your day. Interacting with others is extremely difficult for those with social anxiety disorder. When you're around other people, you may experience feelings of shyness, fear of judgment, and embarrassment. In a similar vein, avoidant personality disorder hinders social interaction and the development of meaningful relationships. Connections, because to a sense of inadequacy or inferiority. All of these factors can contribute to a person withdrawing from all social interactions. Asperger's syndrome, case number 5. The developmental disorder known as Asperger's syndrome. It's a kind of autism that manifests itself in social difficulties. Most people with Asperger's syndrome prefer to avoid social situations. You may have trouble communicating with or understanding others because of this. Their emotions. You may have trouble with basic social skills like making and reading eye contact and other social cues. Make you feel uncomfortable. There's also the possibility that others' actions, such as chatting too much, will annoy or otherwise bother you loudly. Because of this, People have a hard time connecting with you and keeping you as a friend. Relationships. Lack of confidence in oneself. When people don't feel like they belong, they tend to avoid social situations. They are adequate. They doubt their own abilities and self-esteem. They fear being judged by others and have low self-esteem as a result. Shortcomings. But it's tough to exude self-assurance if you don't like yourself first. Somebody else. It's also likely that the way other people treat you plays a role in how you feel about yourself. Negative treatment from another person might lower your self-esteem. This can even hinder your professional advancement and make it difficult to pursue your ambitions. Life. If this describes you, it may be time to seek professional help through counseling or therapy. It can boost your confidence, allowing you to meet new people and establish meaningful relationships. Relationships. 7. A deficiency in social skills. This could be yet another reason why you avoid social situations. You won't be able to create or keep friends if you have no social skills. You may also have trouble communicating effectively and have difficulty developing meaningful relationships with people. It's awkward and forced when you do try to strike up a conversation, or worse. Their tone is harsh and insensitive. Several explanations are possible. Maybe your parents never stopped bickering while you were a kid, or maybe it was the other way around. They were so quiet you never learned to strike up discussions on your own, or let your feelings show. The good news is that, like any other ability, social skills can be developed. All it takes is practice. Demands some effort and time. Avoiding social situations due to stress. One definition of stress is a mental or emotional strain or tension brought on by difficult or challenging conditions. The effects, whether physical or mental, may be temporary or permanent. It's natural to want to take a break from life when you feel like it's becoming too chaotic and crowded. Even those you love can be different from others. And while there are instances when it's appropriate to do so, such as when you simply require some solitude, time after a difficult day, and doing so may eventually become routine. Actually, withdrawing from society has long-term consequences. Your social life and relationships will deteriorate if you don't work on them. Suffer with feelings of isolation on a regular basis. So, while isolating yourself from others may seem like a quick solution, it's important to work on motivating yourself to escape these precarious situations. Traumatic events. Number 9. A person who has experienced trauma is more prone to suffer from trauma-related stress disorder of several kinds. Isolation and difficulty interacting with others may result. You don't wish to revisit a traumatic event. Perhaps you never received any attention when you were younger, or perhaps you were teased about your weight. Anything other, like a disability. Maybe you've been hurt or abandoned by someone who vowed they wouldn't break their word. Whatever the case may be, remember that you have options for moving forward. A therapist provides a confidential environment in which you can explore and work through your emotions. 10th, a dread of close relationships. Vulnerability is a prerequisite for intimacy, which might make some people nervous. It's not easy to let others into your inner circle. Perhaps opening out to someone scares you because they might actually see you for who you really are. Fear they will reject you because of who you truly are. Perhaps your inner critic tells you that you aren't worthy of happiness and love. Affection. It's natural to desire to shield yourself and your loved ones from dangerous or strange situations. Prevent oneself from being harmed. But avoiding all social encounters because of fear of closeness can begin to prevent you from engaging in social activities such as establishing friends and going on dates. You don't have to tell everyone you meet everything there is to know about you just because you're in their company. You can still have a good time with them even if you don't tell them everything about yourself. Problems with trusting others. When you don't trust other people, it's difficult to be in their company. It's possible you're worried they'll do you harm, exploit your weakness, or take advantage of you in some way. If you have trouble trusting others, it's probably because of a time when you felt betrayed in the past, have let you down or broken your trust. Perhaps they were dishonest with you or insensitive to your sentiments. Whatever transpired, it had an impact on shaping your present self. However, this is not reason enough to stop trusting other people altogether. Don't be overly trusting of others if you've been hurt in the past when they took advantage of your good nature. Ignore that and give it another shot nonetheless. Not everyone will treat you badly just because they wounded you. Please give this video a like and a share if you found it entertaining, so we can continue creating them. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, subscribe and make sure the notifications are turned on. Also, have a look at the rest of our videos. You're welcome for watching.